Hey, welcome back to Reading the Bible Together. Pastor Matt, alongside Autumn again. This week, we're basically all on Holy Thursday, Maundy Thursday, reading from John 13 to John 17. What does Jesus have to say to those disciples, those men and women in the upper room with him, as he's preparing to go to the cross? Autumn, chapter 13, I'll let you take it away.
All right, here we go. It was just before Passover festival. Jesus knew that the hour had come to him to leave this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus replied, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." "No," said Peter, "you shall never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you will have no part with me."
And Simon Peter said to him, "Then Lord, not only my feet, but also my hands and my head." And Jesus said to him, "The one who is bathed doesn't need to wash except for his feet, but is completely clean. And you are clean, but not every one of you." For he knew who was to betray him. That's why he said, "Not all of you are clean." And when he had washed their feet and put on his outer garments and resumed his place, he said to them, "Do you understand what I've done to you? You call me teacher and Lord. You're right, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example that you should do just as I have done to you. And truly, truly, I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. If you know these things, blessed are you if you do them. I'm not speaking of all of you. I know whom I have chosen, but the scripture will be fulfilled. He who ate my bread has lifted his heel against me. I'm telling you this now before it takes place, that when it does take place, you may believe that I am he. And truly, truly, I say to you, whoever receives the one I send receives me, and whoever receives me receives the one who sent me."
After he said this, Jesus was troubled in spirit and testified, "Very truly I tell you, one of you is going to betray me." His disciples stared at one another, at a loss to know which of them he meant. One of them, the disciple whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter motioned to this disciple and said, "Ask him which one he means." Leaning back against Jesus, he asked him, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I give this piece of bread when I have dipped it in the dish." Then dipping the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. As soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. So Jesus told him, "What you are about to do, do quickly." But no one at the meal understood why Jesus had said this to him. Since Judas had charge of the money, some thought Jesus was telling him to buy what was needed for the festival or to give something to the poor. And as soon as Judas had taken the bread, he went out, and it was night.
And when he had gone out, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and glorify him at once. Little children, yet a little while I am with you, and you will seek me, and just as I have said to the Jews, so now I also say to you, where I am going, you cannot come. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this, all people will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another." And Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus answered him, "Where I am going, you cannot follow me now, but you will follow afterward." And Peter said to him, "Lord, why can I not follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." And Jesus answered, "Will you lay down your life for me? Truly, truly, I say to you, the rooster will not crow till you've denied me 3 times. Oh, Autumn, beautiful chapter, unique to John. What stands out to you?
I loved in the beginning where it says, John 13:1, it says, he loved them to the end. He loved his own who were in the world. He loved them to the end. And just the idea that he ate with Judas.
Yeah.
And, he sat there in table fellowship. We just ended a series on at the table with Jesus. And this idea that he sat with Judas, and I think it was out of love.
Yeah.
Out of love for Judas until the very end, until, Satan entered him and Judas did what he had to do, right? And so just the idea that there was love there and that he is a servant, he serves us, and then we're called to serve each other and to wash each other's feet and to love the way he loved.
Yeah. I love that too, just that aspect of including the one who would betray you at your table. It's so extra, so much more loving than like what we I think are capable of on our own, and that's where I jump to the new commandment, right? Like the love that Jesus has for us is what he commands that we have for each other, and that's our witness. Like I think is so fundamental to our relationship with one another, to our relationship with other Christians, other churches, other denominations, like all across the board, there is more love of Jesus to go around than I think sometimes we think it's scarce. We think we've got to like make sure that only those who deserve Jesus's love get Jesus's love. And it's like, no, like Jesus came to set us all free from that kind of scarcity mindset. And so the world is going to know you're my disciples if you have love for me. What's it mean for your faith as you're reading John 13?
I think my faith is just realizing how wise God is, to teach me what it looks like and then say what the command is. That he's walking it out in front of me. Jesus is bending over, washing the disciples' feet, saying it is not about power, it's not about position, it's about love, it's about humility, and then to just his wisdom to teach me and disciple me and to show me what true love is. And just leaning into when you see a command or you see a direction, that look around the scripture, because there's so much in the text about what it means to love around it. So I'm board with that for sure. I think one of the things I love for my faith is how Jesus allows Peter to be argumentative, right? Like, I am a follower of Jesus who also wants to argue with Jesus about how to follow Jesus and what's what
required.
You really should do.
Right? Like, Jesus, have you thought about something else? And I think that's one of those aspects that like Jesus has compassion even on Peter, who would do things, completely differently, and who does fall away quite spectacularly, as Jesus predicts here again, but also wants to restore Peter, wants to bring him in, wants to use that passion that's inside of him. And so Jesus is going to empower, I think, each one of us individually with those individual giftings to be a part of that body, right?
Absolutely.
To give what we can. And so I love that, because I'm a particular kind of person too, and I know I'm not for everyone.
For sure, same.
Yeah, so that's encouraging to me in my faith.
Yeah.
What are you going to do today, having read John 13?
I think try to follow Jesus' way of loving, allowing people to be who they are. Judas chose what he chose, and Peter chose what he chose. Maybe he was misunderstanding, not getting it. Jesus was patient, kind, and loving. But I'm going to ask Jesus to help me to love the way he loves.
That's awesome.
And to love everyone.
That's awesome. Well, I'll say tonight I'm going to go see Legally Blonde, the musical.
Yes.
I know you're coming too.
I'm
Very
coming,
excited,
yes.
Because that's one of the ways that I am going to love my own kids, is because two of my kids are in that musical at Henry Ford, and so we get to go to that tonight and cheer them on. And so that's one of those ways that we can love one another just by showing up to something that somebody we love and care about is doing in our lives.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for that.
I'm so excited. Joe and I can't wait to come.
I'm excited for reading the Bible together. I'm excited for you. Drop in comments down below. We've been getting some questions there and want to just keep that conversation going. And Autumn, thanks so much. We'll see you guys later.
See you next time.